What's up, everybody out there, and welcome back to another episode of the Dark Avenger comic book review, coming at you, unfortunately, late, super late, and
Very
we apologize for that. Yes, things got a little tiny bit hectic between Tommy's birthday and Michael's birthday, so
Yeah,
yeah,
things were a
it's been
little
crazy.
bit kind
We've
of
had
busy.
these books read. I've actually started reading this past Wednesday's books. We're going into the pre-review show, by the way, everybody, which we do every episode now. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to sit down and record. That was where the issue was. Not in the reading. We've had our reading done for quite some time. It's just finding the time to sit down and record. But we are here recording now. That's the most important thing. And Mike, I talked about your birthday. You did want to actually mention something, so I think that's the best segue for you while I take a drink and you go ahead, and then I'll continue forward.
Right. So, on my YouTube channel, which, for those of you who know, it's Duderock 18, I posted the Duderock 18's 30th birthday journey, and I have to admit, it went very well. Like, I got lots of viewers and tons of comments. I want to thank all of you guys out there who have joined me on this journey. It was fun doing some of the days. I would have said it was a vlog, but then it was going to be every day, so I just decided to make it a birthday journey, basically. But it was very fun making the video and doing all the edits. There are 3 videos that I posted also on Broken Boys 13, which was Sing Happy Birthday to Me, the birthday card readings, and the party poppers, which I did add it to my channel, to my videos, but it was like a little bit of a before it got into that. But you'll know how I got the party poppers, how everything was set up and everything. So you get more of a director's cut on Duderock 18. But I do recommend you guys check out Broken Boys 13 as well to see about that.
Did you edit out the post-it? I haven't seen the video yet.
No, I got to zoom in with the post of the Duderock 30. Did you see Jordan's hashtag? Duderock 30?
I haven't been. I just said I haven't been online.
Oh,
today.
well, that there you go. I've been online all day, and I really appreciate all the comments and the viewers. I mean, it did really well. They said that they loved the great quality on my new camera. The editing has improved, which I could definitely agree on more.
The more you do of something, the easier it becomes. And
right.
So that's one thing I'm hoping to do in the coming years, to get better and quicker at editing. My problem isn't as much the editing part. That's fine. It doesn't take too long. It's the rendering when you're done editing that takes about a good hour.
The thing about it is that, like, when I edit the video, it's like you want to edit some, like, the parts that you have to edit out. It's like you have to go back to it, and then you got to do that, and then back to it again.
Mike, you're talking to... I've done the zoom-ins.
No, I'm just telling you...
Do the Mario, if you remember those.
Yeah, but I'm just telling you my side.
Oh, no, definitely. No, I understand.
Yeah, I could understand what you're saying because I do the same thing.
And I can understand what you're saying because I know how it took me forever to figure things out.
So we should be known as just the Edit Brothers, or whatever.
I don't know yet, but
I'm just saying.
I did do my first premiere on my channel. It was a magic mystery box that I got on Amazon opening.
Star City.
From Star City, that's right.
Yep.
I thought it was really good. I hope you all go check it out. Unfortunately, if you didn't watch it live, it was about a almost hour-long video. But it's justified because there were over 1,000 cards.
And others that were in different languages.
Right.
I think there was 6 of them.
6 altogether in a different language, yes. There were over 1,000, well, about exactly, it's supposed to be 1,000 cards in the box. So we went through, I would say, a good booster box, if not more, of cards.
Yeah.
And it was fun. We had a great time. It was a lot. It was just a lot to go through, and that's why it was so long. And the intro was about 5 minutes also, so that also contributed to the video's length.
Yeah.
So I did do that. There will be more magic stuff. I know this Friday the new Ravnica Allegiance comes out, so I'll be doing a booster box opening of that on my channel. I'm still determining if I'm going to do it live or not. Might not do it live. I might premiere it, though, depending on when I get the box. I'm also still pondering about Team Up with Pokemon. And Mike's friends were pushing about some new Yu-Gi-Oh stuff that just came out. And I don't know. I'm not really a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh. And this brings up the topic of what the card and the fact that we used to do all this on another channel. And for me, that might be a good topic video. So this all has a point, and it comes back to, I also revealed another series, which I know I didn't do this past week. I will be doing it this week, called Thought Bubble, which is basically my version of a topic video where I'll be picking 1 to 3 topics and then talking about it in that video. So that's actually something that I'm thinking about doing for Thought Bubble is if we are starting to slowly do X amount of card products again, should they be on our individual? I don't want to do it here because I don't want answers to it, but it's going to revolve around what the card and our channel.
So basically, just check out his channel
Right,
for
check
more
out my channel.
information.
If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'm really trying to get to that one. That's the first goal, is to get to 100 subscribers, and we are
Well, I
slowly.
mentioned it to my friends yesterday, so
I
maybe you'll
appreciate
get a
that.
few.
Yes, and I am slowly building up to 100. I have 3 big benchmarks set. 3 things will be happening at these 3 points in time. At the 100 subscriber mark, big thing, a big thing will drop. At the 500, we'll get our URL and something will drop. Don't think that I'm talking just the URL. There'll be the URL, and then I will be doing something for that 100 subscribers. 500, something bigger will drop, and yes, something bigger will drop. Let's just say that. And then at the 1,000 subscriber mark, that's when really big things are going to be starting up on the new channel. And again, my new channel is a mix of everything. If you're here strictly just for comic books, then the best thing is to be here and on Comic Frontline, because this is going to be my archive channel after we get to 500, and Comic Frontline is where all the current comic stuff from us will be.
Yep.
Does that mean I won't do anything comic related on my channel? Absolutely not. I'm sure if I go somewhere, if I do something, I mean, especially because I write comics, it will pop up, just not as often, and definitely never a review.
Right.
Although you never should say never, because you don't know if.
So it's TBD,
But if I did do
to be determined.
Right, but if I did do a review on that channel, it would archive here still.
That's the lesson I learned about my channel. Instead of saying yes or no on things, every time I say no, I do get it, and then when
you
I
say yes,
then
you
it
sometimes
doesn't
don't do
happen.
it. So it's
So
best
it's
to
to be
just say
determined.
it could happen, it might not happen. The likelihood of a comic review on that channel, though, is very slim as compared to everything else.
So
Also, I'm going to mention it now, but we might actually get our review up for the new books on time this coming week. I still have books to read, but we might get this review up on time, and I'll mention it again. But Resident Evil 2 is coming this Friday. Very excited. Yep. Very excited. Twitch. If you're not following me on Twitch, this week has been thrown off. Last week I didn't do Monster Hunter Monday. I usually do Sailing Sundays, which would have been tonight, but we're not doing it. And that's on Sea of Thieves. And then I do Monster Hunter Monday, which we play Monster Hunter World. Myself, my friend Brett, and my friend, and you all know Firestorm, we do Monster Hunter World. We probably will be doing Monster Hunter World tomorrow. I didn't do Sailing Sunday tonight. And also Division 2 is coming out in March. We're all trying to play the catch-up game on all of our shields. I have one shield fully left and one shield that I'm working on, so I might be doing some Division streams here and there, just doing the grind, as they say. But that's then. This is now. We are 8 minutes in. This is the longest pre-show ever.
So now,
so for those of you that have fast forwarded through the pre-show, we're gonna get into this episode, because it's definitely not this week's books. And speaking of this episode, Mike.
yes.
When, how many, and also I'm going to, after he says that, how we're going to do it for this.
Okay.
That's why this is going to be a possible short video.
The books came out on January 9, 2019. How many? There are 18 digital books. And
Don't say digital anymore. 18 books.
Yeah, and what was the third one?
Mine. And this week, since this is a super late video, what we're going to try, because as you all know, I am experimenting around still, because when 500 hits, if we do decide at some point to bring back a review on Comic Frontline, if and when, we want to have a good formula for it. So since this is late, all of the books in this review, we are only going to be giving 1 to 2 sentences of our thoughts on, except for 1 to 2 books. 1 or 2 books we will take the time out to discuss a little bit deeper, because they mean something. And I have one Marvel book I want to do that with, and I have one DC book I want to do that with. And I'm sure most of you know what those 2 books are.
Remember mine, which I hope I do.
Right. Otherwise, 2 sentences at most for
definitely.
each. So this is going to be a short review. So if you're wondering why all of a sudden this review is a bit shorter, God please, then that's why. I don't know yet, because we're recording it and I'm looking at the time now and we're already 10 minutes in, and our normal reviews are 30. So before I stretch this any further, The Division, Extremis, Malice, issue number 1 of 3. This is to bridge between the Division 1 and the Division 2. It's a story about an agent of the Division that was in New York and his reasons for leaving New York to go to Washington, D.C. I'm really happy as a Division fan. I enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to where this goes. I like the artwork. I like the story. Definitely something, if you're a Division fan especially, you'll want to read. That was more than 2 sentences, but it was quick enough.
Atomic Robo's return in the Atomic Robo Dawn of a New Era issue number 1, which actually does take place after the other volume, and it was a little bit confusing to read because I've noticed that when I've been reading Atomic Robo, it kind of gets a little bit too involved. Like, it's just basically this robot that's going on a brand new adventure, and the scientists that are with him, they basically want to help him out with all these new things, but what he sees in the end, the Atomic Robo, might actually be something even more interesting in the next issue.
Okay, that's fair.
That's really all
I think we're going to break the 1 to 2 sentence rule, but we're doing them fast, so I guess a minute for each book will be safe.
I'm trying.
No. I noticed it with me too, because now we got Aliens Dust to Dust issue number 4, the final issue of the series. The mayor is found out to be, or the leader of the colony is found out to be an android. We find out why the aliens are there. We find out that there were incubation units underneath the plant the entire time. So this was a plan by, of course, our lovely Weyland-Yutani people, the evil people from Aliens. And I'm going to fix my camera while I'm saying this. I thought the conclusion was really good. Definitely leaves wide open space for a possible sequel with the boy after he grows up. It's possible. So I truly and honestly enjoyed this book. I definitely check it out. And we have a new Alien book coming out. Unfortunately, it won't be next episode, but the episode after next. It's called Alien Resistance, I believe it's called. It starts with an R. I noticed it today.
I think it is Resistance, isn't it?
Might be. I don't know. But there's a new Alien book coming out from Dark Horse, new mini. So I'll be definitely checking that out. And then we have Star Trek, The Next Generation, in Terra Incognita, issue number 6, which again, ending, but leaves a wide open space. Barclay gets found out. Data's on the ship. Dark Captain Picard's on the ship. They end up taking Barclay back after a huge fight on the Enterprise. The original Barclay's found on the Enterprise, and it's just insane. And then we find out that Barclay was doing this all along for the captain, that he has all the info about the ships, which is what this whole thing started with, the broken mirror. So there's definitely going to be a volume after this. Love the artwork. The story was great. If you are a Next Generation fan, if you've been enjoying all the previous volumes of the Next Generation mirror stories, definitely check this volume out.
All right. I'm pretty sure this is the last issue of this volume.
Oh, there's no cover?
No, there is no cover. No, I tried getting it. Well, it's Fate Dreamside, issue number 4.
Well, you're showing the
well, that's basically that. And just to basically sum this up, it's basically Fate, along with the other Fate, with Dr. Mirage, that is into Miranda's dream world. Like, I can't remember what... Monica's dream world. And they're trying to basically break her out of the spell, which they do in very interesting ways, and she actually gets out of it. So they basically save her from all these dreams that happen, and then that's how basically the book ends. So it's basically them getting out of Monica's dream. Or nightmare, so to say.
Fair enough.
But definitely great. I really love the artwork, and definitely I'm hoping for another volume of Faith if they're going to be doing that.
Okay, I'm just going to add a little bit of something to this. Go Power Rangers issue number 16. This isn't one of the 2 books. This will probably be the last one I review, though. I'm going to move Power Rangers to my casual read file. I think I mentioned this in the last issue, but this is the last part to this arc, so I'm going to hold on to. I wanted to review it. So the other Rangers go to save Trini and Jason. They all change colors. The cover says it all. We get to see one of the first Green Rangers, the one that's on that planet. Rita ends up getting the dagger and coin. The Rangers get to go back to Earth, and now they're hinting about, evil, green with evil, and we probably aren't going to have Tommy. I just have this feeling because they've been setting Matt up for this for a bit now, and I like the relationship between Trini and Jason happening. I just feel like at this point, I love the Power Rangers. It's a part of my past, but having to read this so quick, I feel like it's taking away from the enjoyment factor for me a little bit, because I remembered this book last minute and I had to read it really quick, and I want to enjoy Power Rangers. I think other than myself and Jay, I think Kat is also enjoying Power Rangers. Obviously, Brent and Mike don't want anything to do with Power Rangers. But I will give Boom Studios credit where credit is due. Go Power Rangers has been very, very entertaining for me. It's one of my favorite series. From one of the many favorite series I have from Boom. Mighty Morphin kind of went off the beaten path and kind of lost me, but Go has been fun. So if you are a Power Ranger fan and you want a current Power Ranger book to read, I would definitely say Go is where you should definitely check out. Mighty Morphin's a bit of a mess, and I hope they fix it within the year. But if not, Go Power Rangers is still very, very good.
Red Sonja issue number 25. And I like how they have the little side stories with Red Sonja. It's basically her story about being on a pirate adventure, if I remember correctly. Just gonna look, skim through it.
Did I say anything?
No,
Every time I
saying.
see Red Sonja in certain panels, she reminds me. You remember Dawn? The one with the
yeah.
Do you know they're actually making a statue? I actually saw it on Midtown. It's for sale next week. They're making a new one. I wonder if they're making a new series of Dawn. We haven't heard Dawn since episode somewhere in the hundreds. I mean, I think that Ember was the one reviewing it, but I think that we haven't heard Dawn since then. It'd be cool if they brought that comic back.
Yeah.
Would I review it? I don't think so, but I'm just saying it'd be cool if we get some of the older 90s books back. Go.
Yeah, so she goes on a pirate adventure to seek a journey to the east because that's where her journey is going. Now I remember it. So she basically joins with the pirates, and then they all sing, it kind of gives you like a Sea of Thieves moment, so to say. And as she sails out, that's really the end of the book. So it's really pertains to how she met this old guy who knows about the pirate ship and how she just travels to the east, which is her journey of where Red Sonja goes, because that's Red Sonja. That's what she does. That's it.
Agreed. God of War issue number 3, we get more background. Kratos finds out where these brothers are. He finds out about their powers, how they have it, and he basically goes there to destroy the totem that gives them the power. And there's some extra stuff that's thrown in there that the witch actually tells Kratos. I like this issue. It ends with a really nice cliffhanger. I think there's only one more issue to go after this. The cover, I don't know if the cover said it, but I'm enjoying it. If you're a God of War fan, definitely check it out. The artwork's gorgeous in the book.
Van Helsing, Sword of Heaven issue number 3. This includes not just going against vampires. Now she's actually hunting for zombies, actually. Like, she's with this woman who is helping her to find more information about vampires. But they run into, like, these people who are zombies. And it's an all-out war facing against the zombies. Really great action, nonetheless, because it really has so much involved. I don't want to give too much away because it is just that amazing. So it's a new twist to Van Helsing with new people that she fights, but it's really amazing. Definitely check it out.
Birthright issue number 35. We find out why Mikey chooses not to ever touch magic and why he hates it. We also find out what happened to the girl that he was betrothed to marry, and that she didn't like. She liked him as a friend, but she wasn't in love with him either. And I like how he loves his brother more than he hates magic, so he actually uses magic for the first time in the book, and I loved it. I thought it was great. And he fights back against Brendan. Brendan knocks out, I forgot what the female sorceress name was, because I read this book. It was one of my first books I read from 2 weeks ago. And they're in front of the parents while all this is going on. And then finally, Brendan kind of comes down from it. And, oh man, there's a lot of really cool stuff going on with this book. I love Birthright. Birthright is one of my favorite books. I definitely say if you haven't been reading it, go back, start from issue 1 or volume 1 and work your way up. It's a really great story. I'm trying to remember the exact ending, but there's a lot that's going to be going on very soon with lore. And, I remember the Mikey gives the wizardess, the sorceress to the FBI, and now he's like, you've been looking for me, what do you want? And that's where we left off. Really cool. I love how the whole story's coming kind of like full circle in a way. I don't want it to end though, so I hope it'll be around for a while.
Yeah, so now we're going into the big 2. Marvel actually had a Stan Lee memoriam on their each of the Marvel comic books. So.
Yeah, they did it last week and the week before, I believe.
Yeah, so this one you're going to see as well.
X-23 number 8. I don't know how I feel about this agent girl, and she just sits there blankly. Gabby's trying to reach into her. I think she does. I don't remember. This is one of the first books I read as well. I don't know how I feel about X-23. There's so much I want from this book, and I don't know. I feel like it's missing something. And maybe at some point, I thought the art was great, and I think the story has a direction. It just needs to find it still. So we'll have to wait and see on that one.
The Punisher, issue number 6. Lots of big things are going on for Frank Castle, and what this is, it's a new story arc. It's his new travel of going into somewhere else, but it's really into Frank Castle finding Zemo from the Hail Hydra agent, and he goes to the prison cell, and there's like lots of stuff that they do with Frank Castle, and he actually has this scar that they put on his chest with the skull symbol, and the thing about, I don't trust this nun that he meets up with the end of saying that she's here to save him in some sort of way. So I don't know what she means by that, but that actually intrigues me to find out what's going to happen in the next issue.
Now, I gotta say, Tom Taylor, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, issue number 1.
And I did read this as well.
I wish we got a little bit of a better cover, but I think this is going to be either a book that we get single issues for, or definitely something that we trade paperback. I want to see how the first arc goes. I really do, before we make that decision. So opens up with Spidey being his Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. He saves this father and daughter from a crash. The father offers him money. He's like, no. But there is a couple of vets sitting out on the street, homeless. Give the money to them if you want to give money to anybody. And then we go straight into Peter. The rest of the book's all about Peter and his neighbor. He's helping this old lady with her bags, and she's like, there's this girl, in this apartment. Go talk with her or whatnot. And she says, "Here, bring apples." So he brings her apples, and they talk for a bit, and she won't leave her apartment. She refuses, and it's believed that the mob is after her or whatever. So he goes and gets lunch for them, comes back, and they're in there already, and they're like, "Oh, you know her or whatever," and she's apparently not supposed to have any contact with anybody. They end up knocking Pete out with his spider powers, knocks him out still. And I love how the girl snuck what she was hiding into Peter's apartment before she got taken. And it's these two kids.
Yeah.
I love the ending also. Apple.
And yeah.
Then, but I think everybody is going to be talking about that secondary story with Aunt May writing this letter to Peter. And I do like that we still see Peter and MJ getting closer and closer. But at the same time, now Aunt May is in a cancer ward because she found the lump. Wow. That was, I think, more powerful than the main. Well, the main story has to be powerful, but I think that was a really powerful one also.
It really was when I read that, indeed.
Yeah. So, do you have anything you wanted to add since you read the book?
Like, it was really amazing just seeing like a more Peter Parker side, because we really don't see that much of his side on some stories. Like, mostly you see Spider-Man, but seeing that story with just him and what he does and what he is doing is really interesting, because it shows two sides of equal rights. Yeah. So
I don't know. I think with Friendly Neighborhood we might trade paperback it, like I said, because that's something that, because we get the main amazing single issues, and then we obviously we're getting this one right now via internet, via digital. So maybe we will get this one as a trade. This will be one of our first Marvel trades, and then we'll see if X-Men surprises me, starting with Uncanny 11. Into DC, starting with Vertigo, The Dreaming, issue number 5. The Judge continues to destroy the Dreaming, but now the Dreaming is starting to create a group to fight back against the Judge. While that girl's name keeps leaving my mind, the one that was saved by Sandman. We get her backstory, how she was saved by him, by the way, as well. And she ends up escaping, but the guy gets left behind, and in the end, I don't know if we truly do see Sandman, because he apologizes for leaving, but things are really breaking down in the Dreaming. hopefully Sandman will come back and save everything and everyone, including the person that looks like he died by the end of this issue. Main DC time. Least favorite book of the week goes to Batman 62. Tom King is losing me. And he's losing me fast. Batman is in a fight with Pig. What's his name? Is it Professor Pig or Pigman? Or I don't even remember his name, to be quite honest. One of the D-list villains for Batman. And he's fighting him throughout the entire book. Now, in the end of the last issue, we saw his father. And now he's in this like psychedelic dream world. Professor Pig, I believe it is. He's fighting him throughout the whole issue. He does this whole weird dialogue going on, and then he takes the pig mask off, and it's Damian all along, and he walks away, and Batman's kind of left in like a stupefied. It's bloody, it's dark, it's weird, and I don't know if I could stay on this 100-issue train. That
I didn't like the artwork.
I hated the artwork. I will say that. Mm-hmm. I think it was done that way, though, on purpose, to show that he was in a dream state. I don't know if I could stay on this book. I mean, we're only in the 60s. We've got tons more issues before we hit that 100-issue mark. I don't know if Tom King can hold me that long with this Bane story, especially if this is what we're coming down to. I really, truly think that Batman is very soon, if not maybe even with the next issue, falling into my casual read pile. I mean, Detective Comics is at least hanging on strong with this new arc. This book is losing me, and it's losing me fast. And it's a shame because I'm one of the few that are enjoying Tom King's oh God, why Heroes wow.
Heroes in Crisis?
Thank you. Heroes in Crisis mini. I'm enjoying Tom King's story there. Batman, I think he has too much. You know what I mean? Maybe they should have only limited his arc to 50 and 50 instead of 100. Because there's a lot of filler in between, I feel, that has to happen. And maybe it was too much. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what the end game is.
New writers, new everything. Green Arrow issue number 48. We have a villain, a returning villain, actually.
It says it on the cover.
Yeah, Vertigo actually makes his return. And
we're hitting 30 minutes, so it's a normal review.
Well,
we tried.
It's just basically showing Vertigo's side, and then we see Green Arrow and Black Canary actually teaming up with each other. But there's like so many things that's going on, and they're trying to figure out why everything is turning upside down. Thus enters Vertigo with the whole time and everything, and just right there at the end is where it just leaves us off. That's just enough said right there for that.
Adventures of the Super Sons, issue number 6. They get found by Lex Luthor, and
Rex Luthor.
Yes.
Seriously.
And apparently they are in trouble. Go all the way down where that guy is introduced. There's a guy, a police officer. He knocks out Rex. It's way down.
Yeah, well, I don't want to ruin the tablet.
There he is. Tommy Tomorrow. How could I forget Tommy? Tommy Tomorrow, and he ends up taking the boys in to a prison planet because they are wanted for murder, and he ends up taking Rex and Joker Jr. as well. And it looks like the boys are about to be thrown in jail and charged for the murder of a whole race.
Mm-hmm.
Or the murder of people in general. So it doesn't look like the Super Sons are going to be getting home anytime soon as their space adventure continues.
Now I got to hear how you like this story because it has Bendis written all over it.
That's what worried me. Young Justice issue number 1, Wonder Comics. As a matter of fact, I'm not counting Wonder Comics as its own brand because Wonder Comics, while it is...
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
You know, I might next time when more Wonder Comics come out. Right now, this is one of the first that I'm reading. I got the whole set. I got the whole set coming physically. I got the whole set of variant covers. Mike's looking at all the variants. We got everything except the blank variant. So Young Justice reassembles in this book. I like the introduction of all the characters. Yes, that's Jonah Hex. Yes, that's Jonah Hex's ancestor.
Oh, is that like a sister?
Ginny Hex. No, great granddaughter or something like that. So she's an ancestor. Amethyst, Wonder Girl, and Robin get back together and they're fighting. And Kid Flash or Impulse, because he's been regressed, shows back up.
Is this a Tim Drake Robin?
Yes.
Okay. As long as
Impulse. The only problem I had with Impulse was he was too. I mean, we got to see him grow up in the Jeff Johns run. It's so weird seeing him back to the immature self that he was before Teen Titans, with the big feet and the weird, you know. I'm Impulse. Who? Harry Potter. Who? Kid Flash. They just say that. I like how they were, and then he's like Young Justice Assemble, Young Justice United. It's like, oh, come on, too many references at once. But anyway, they're getting back together, and Cassie's like, so I guess the group is getting back together, and then Tim's like, it looks that way, but we're missing, and that's when Impulse disappears, wakes up, and the person I've been waiting for ever since New 52 started, one of my number 2 favorite character in the DC universe, praying that this is really him.
I gotta show this cover.
Connor.
Yep, right there.
Connor's back. Superboy has returned. And he has a beard, apparently.
He does?
And he's back in his old duds.
And they have this thing on his leather jacket.
The weird thing is I don't like the spikes on the shoulder. He never had that. It was just a straight up leather jacket.
What is that? And what is this? A gun holder?
Mm-mm. It's just a pouch.
Okay, as long as it's not a gun holder.
No, you would see the gun holster sticking out then.
Oh. All right.
No, he's back in his retro 90s costume, which I hope is only for an arc, and then we get him back in the black shirt again, or at least...
And hopefully the sunglasses.
The one thing I don't
back.
like is that they regressed a lot of progress that Jeff Johns gave to a lot of these characters, so hopefully we'll get back to that Jeff Johns progress at some point, but even if we don't, I'm just happy that Young Justice is back. I love Young Justice. Our Superboy is coming back, which makes me super happy as well. I'm looking forward to the next issue. This was definitely my book of the week. I really enjoyed it. Impulse, obviously, again, a Flash being the glue that brings the original group together, and that brings us back Connor.
Yep.
I'm okay with that. I love this book. You should definitely check it out. My only reserve with this book is Brian Michael Bendis. Because Bendis is the reason why I'm not enjoying action right now and why I'm questioning things with Superman. So I'm worried how he's going to... But then again, this is a little different. This is the teenage group, and he's written young Spider-Man well. He's written Miles well. So I'm hoping that maybe this is more up his alley. But again, he's writing over 9 books. Truly hope that he only has so many stories with Young Justice, and then we'll get on to a new writer. And then same thing with Superman, 12 issues, then he'll be done with Superman. I don't know. But he did tease Batman and Wonder Woman, so maybe that's his new project of 2019 when Superman's done. I don't know. We'll have to wait and find out.
Yep.
Nervously wait. But with that, that's it for this review. Only 32 minutes, not bad. Till next time, it's your turn now, everyone. Let us know in the comments below if you wish. Likes, dislikes, agree, disagree, recommendations. We love hearing from all of you if you have the ability, if you have the time. If not, we'll be back next week. Hopefully on time with the next review. But
We'll
till
see
then,
what happens, yeah.
Till then, take care, keep reading, keep collecting, and we will see all of you in the next episode of the Dark Revenge Comic Book Review.
Hey, everybody.